Greetings, humans. Greetings, and welcome back to another fun-filled episode. Bear here, 29-year veteran of the woods, people. That's where bears live, don't you know? And 7 out of 8 TikTok women, they would agree and rather see a bear in the woods than a man in the woods. It's YouTube's #1 show by a bear. Your emotional support animal, people. It's officially summer. Happy Memorial Day to all of you out there, including our Canadian friends. Great to have all of you here with us. Amy says bear. Bear says Amy. Great to have you here with us here today. I hope you're having a great weekend. It is hot. #1, it's hot out there. #2, everyone, literally everyone is on the river. I could walk across the river and not touch water because that's how many boats and people are out there, people. I'm a little scared, honestly. And honestly, I see all these people. I'm like, go away from my fish. Those are my fish, not yours. Gosh, dang it. But that's where we're at, people. So thank you all for coming out, hanging out with an old bear on a Memorial weekend, Saturday. A lot going on, but I appreciate you being right on here with old bear. That's right, people. All right, we got a lot to talk about here. Lots to talk about, Amy. Let's hold off on the campaign updates for un momento, people. Amy says it's hot, though it might be snowing. Still, where P Money is. Well, that's his problem, not mine. That's why I live in Florida, people. It's hot. It's hot during the summer, but at least it's not snowing. At least it doesn't snow. Well, it did snow this January, but other than that, it does not snow here in Florida. So that is one of the things that we are thankful for here, people. Yes, neat. Well, let me get right to it, people, because there is some very, very important and breaking news out here. It is Boffo, people. Boffo. Let me bring you in here. And I what? Hold on 1 second here. For crying out loud, what did I do? Professional show. I say, hey everybody, I'm gonna do the thing with the thing, and then nothing shows up. For crying out loud. So there we are. Why am I not seeing Amy here? For crying out loud, what's going on? Oh, there you go. It's too tall. It's too tall. I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, people, breaking news. That's right, Amy. Breaking of the breakiest news out here. We're in Boffo territory, people. It is Boffo season on Memorial Day weekend. $175 million for Leo and Stitch. Mission Impossible, $77 million freaking dollars. Opening a record of $322+ million over the Memorial Day weekend. Holy macaroni, people. From Deadline, Anthony D'Alessandro, as anticipated, blah, blah, blah. And this will be the best Memorial Day weekend ever for the motion picture industry at the domestic box office, with all movies grossing around $322 million, breaking past that benchmark set in 2013 when Fast and Furious 6 led the fray. Oh, okay. All movies for the 3-day weekend stand around 260. But it's not as high as Barbenheimer way back in 2023. Still higher than Wicked and Gladiator 2, though. All right, people. Let's go to the tail of the tape, people. Tail of the tape. There we go, professional show. Whew. Came that close, Amy. Came that close. He has some courage wearing bangs like that. Yeah. That is... we'll get into that in just a second here, Amy. Just uno momento. But what people come here for Bear Show is numbers. That's right, people. Numbers. Lilo and Stitch, they're saying $55 million on Friday. 3 days. 142 to 144, they're guessing. And then they like to play a little games over there at Deadline. They put in the 4-day weekend. It's not a 4-day weekend. It's really a 3-day weekend. They're just counting Thursday. So they're counting Thursday, they're counting Friday, they're counting Saturday, and they're counting, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So they're counting, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Yeah, 4 days. Okay. Friday through Monday. Anyways, there you go. Everybody else gets a 3-day. Well, except for Final Destination, which gets 4 for some reason. Wait, no, everybody gets 4 except for Mission Impossible. I did not see that before. Oh, Barry, it would be helpful if you read stuff before you go live. Are they counting 4 days for the next runner-up? Well, this is kind of the interesting thing here. They counted 4 days for Lilo and Stitch. They only counted 3 days for Mission Impossible 2. So I guess I gotta just go on the 3-day to 3-day comparison here, although that's a pretty wide margin, but whatever the case may be, Lilo and Stitch, I had no idea that was as popular as it is, but apparently it is taken over all of the theaters. It's still got, about 500-ish theaters, more than Mission Impossible, although Mission Impossible has IMAX and some of the other stuff out there. So Final Destinations, Thunderbolts, Sinners, still hanging in there. Week 6, almost a little over $250 million. So not bad. Last Rodeo, Friendship? Have no idea. Minecraft, down at number 8 on week 8 here. But that did really well. Accountant 2 and Hurry Up Tomorrow. Or as people like to say, hurry up, bear. Hurry up, bear. That is not sus, says Amy. Not at all when they're counting 4 days for some stuff and 3 days for the other. Basically, what they're trying to do here is they're trying to get the top line number here. So they get to say, and again, this is we haven't hit Sunday or Monday just yet, and they're still counting Saturday a little bit. So this is kind of a guesstimation, but that's kind of the big headline that they want to have out there. Lilo and Stitch did $180 million this weekend. Well, if you count 4 days. But there you go. Anyways, that is the top 2 movies right there. Lilo and Stitch, Mission Impossible 2. Wait, no. 8? Final Reckoning. The Final Reckoning. $77 million, people. $1 million. Well, you don't just come here... People, you don't just come here for the numbers. You also come here because Bear has opinions, man. I've got opinions, and that's why I just got out of the theater and watched Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning, number 8 with Tom Cruise and like 50 other people starring in the very last Mission Impossible. It was exciting, people. A lot of screams. A lot of terror in the theater. That's only when Bear got there. It's only when Bear got there at the old IMAX to come check it out here. So Bear's got thoughts on the latest Mission Impossible movie. I don't know if people want to hear Bear's thoughts or not. Amy, do you want to hear Bear's thoughts on Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning? Let's see. She says, at least Lilo, I did not see that one, so I couldn't give you any information on that whatsoever. I didn't even see the original one. What's the deal with them putting out live-action films of animated films? That's Disney's lost the pot, man. They used to be a great animation company, and now they're just making remakes of their animated stuff in live action. So, yay! Let's see. At least Lilo looks like a live-action version of the animated movie. That's kind of a bold choice, says Amy. I don't know about that. Seems like the lazy choice for Bear, but whatever. If you make $180 million in 4 days, you made $90 million in 2 days. That's one way to look at it, sure. Amy asks, what are Bear's thoughts? Well, I will tell you, people. I will definitely tell you here. First off, Mission Impossible 8 here with Tom Cruise. The final outing for old Tom Cruise started in 1996. I want to say, I think it was 96. if Bear remembers correctly, with the very first Mission Impossible. Great movie. Enjoyed the heck out of that movie. That was the one where he's getting blown up from the helicopter and has to, like, you know, catch up to the train while the helicopter's exploding and everything. Fun. Enjoyed it. Brian De Palma, top of his game. Always enjoyable. Classic director out there. Excellent film. They followed it up with a complete stinker with Mission Impossible 2. John Woo. I have no idea how he could mess up that. They had Hans Zimmer as the composer in the movie. They had Metallica. And they had Limp Bizkit. Well, 2 out of 3, pretty good. Pretty good. How do you go from I would love to have heard a Hans Zimmer score of Metallica for a Mission Impossible movie. Instead, we got basically if you just imagine like the cheesiest like late 90s, early 2000s type movie, this would be like a parody of it. So they had that. Then they went on to the J.J. Abrams movie, and then the Brad Baird movie. That's the one where he's on the skyscraper. Let's see. Rogue Nation after that. And then they had Fallout. I want to say Fallout was the best one, if Bear had an opinion. I liked Dead Reckoning. Basically, this was a 2-part movie. So you kind of had to see the first one. I'm just going to call it the first one, Dead Reckoning. You had to see the first part to kind of understand what was going on in this movie. You don't have to. It's kind of a standalone movie. They basically start off kind of showing the highlights of all the other movies that came out. So that was really good. I enjoyed a little bit of that part. They had in the last movie, it was basically the search for the MacGuffin. It was kind of this key that you had to find. They had 2 pieces to the key, so they had to bring all both pieces of the key together, and everybody was chasing everybody around trying to find out the MacGuffin. They finally got the MacGuffin, spoiler alert, at the end of the last movie. So you're like, okay, it's on, baby, it's on, like Donkey Kong, let's go, Tom Cruise. And it's like, no, you had the MacGuffin, but now you gotta find another MacGuffin. And then the bad guy stole the 3rd MacGuffin, so then you gotta go find the 3rd MacGuffin from the bad guy after finding the 2nd MacGuffin with the 1st MacGuffin. And then they end up at the 4th MacGuffin to complete the whole thing. And you're like, wait a minute, that's like a lot of MacGuffins here. Couldn't we just do the MacGuffin in just the one movie and make the last movie just the last movie instead of just like it's nice. It's a globe spanning movie, kind of in the realm of a James Bond, I would suppose. But man, oh man, Shevitz, that was a long movie. They could have cut out like 30 or 40 minutes. What? He stole the MacGuffin. Yeah, well, not the MacGuffin, just a MacGuffin. They needed to put the 2. Well, they had the 1st MacGuffin, that was the key, and then they had another MacGuffin, which needed to be paired with the 3rd MacGuffin, Amy. I hope you're following along here. We're going to test you after the show here. And then they finally got to go to the place where they talked about in the beginning of this movie. 3.5 hours later, you finally get there for the 4th MacGuffin, or 4th. I'm losing track at this point of the MacGuffins out there. They could have just called it Mission Impossible, The Final MacGuffin, honestly. But, yeah, a little long. One of the main gripes that Beer had about it is there's like 500 different characters that you had to keep track of. Angela Bassett played the President of the United States. They had a lot of ladies in here for some reason. A little too much for Beer's opinion, but okay, whatever, fine. Way too many characters involved. Way too complex of a plot. Essentially, you're just going from one set piece to the next set piece to the next set piece, kind of following along the MacGuffin there. Just give me the story. Bear is of the opinion of you want to have complex characters but simple stories. When you have complex characters, you don't really have complex characters here, but when you have complex characters and a complex story, you're going to spend a whole lot of time doing some exposition. And that's basically what happened here is you were having characters explain what they were going to be doing next because it was so convoluted. You had to like sit down and kind of explain the next step. And that's, in an action film, you're going, you're running. And then once you stop to do all the explaining that you got to do, you lose a lot of that momentum. So you might have a great set piece and then it's completely stopped. It's like, stopped, hit the brakes, like, okay, here we go, explain some of this stuff. Now, they tried to do it a little bit where they would cross-cut, so they would have the action going on and then cut to a character explaining what was going on and then cut back to the action, back and forth and back and forth. Like, for crying out loud. Oh, yeah. Amy says, I like that. Nuance in characters and not narrative. They had some really great callbacks in this film. If you haven't seen the very first film, I would say go see that. I would say probably skip the second one because it wasn't very good at all. And go see the third movie, the J.J. Abrams movie. It kind of wraps around. You'll see how it wraps around in the movie. So you'd probably want to see the first movie, the third movie, and then probably the seventh movie, the one prior to this one. If you catch those three movies, then you go into this one with a lot of knowledge, and they really didn't need to explain all that stuff, but that's where we were. So I liked a lot of the callbacks. They brought back Ving Rhames here. He did a great job. They brought back the guy from the very first film who was the tech guy. If you ever saw the first film, the one where Tom Cruise is kind of suspended above the floor in the CIA building, that character was kind of coming in and out, and they needed the guy to get out of the room so Tom Cruise can steal the MacGuffin in that film. So they had a really neat callback for his character. They had a really neat callback for Jim Phelps in the first film with Angelina Jolie's dad. John Voight. John Voight. So they had a nice little callback from that. A couple other callbacks from a couple other movies, especially the third one. So I thought that stuff was really cool. I liked how they incorporated a lot of that. But man, oh man, did they explain the heck out of it. At one point you had, is it Kenji? Was Simon Pegg's character? He literally is explaining the character from the first film. It's like, shut up, we got it. You could have just done the quick flashback and it would have been fine. Or him handing the knife. That's the knife. At the end of the sequence in the very first film, you'll see that knife come straight down onto the computer, and the guy comes in and finds the knife. So he gives Tom Cruise back the knife that got him booted to the Arctic in the very first film. So I thought that was a great callback. They also had the CIA kind of bad guy character from the first film. He was in the last film as well, but came back here as kind of one of, I don't know, 4 antagonists. Let's see. You had him. You had kind of the on and off back and forth with the president. You had Gabriel, who in the previous film, he was like, he was supposed to be kind of like Ethan Hunt's mentor, Tom Cruise's mentor in the film. And supposedly there was like this big backstory that they had, but there was none of that in this film. I guess it got cut. I guess that was in the 5-hour cut that got cut out. But his character, Eli Morales, I think is the actor's name. He was decent. He was okay. Mustache twirling villain. Nice. I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna spoil it, but the ending, the very ending where they're flying on the plane. I'm not going to spoil it, but man, you go from this evil, menacing character to, how shall I put this? Essentially, he gets kicked in the nads at the very end. It was like the most odd comedic death of one of these characters I've seen. And I was just like, that's a little odd. The whole ending was just a little a little off. It was fun. It was enjoyable where he's on the plane and everything. But I really thought the movie should have ended at the submarine. The submarine scene was excellent. If best way I can compare it to is like Titanic. Maybe I haven't seen the new Avatar movie, but I think there's a little bit similar scene in there where there's like water coming into confined spaces. Tom Cruise is in a submarine. There you go. You see him in the submarine there. That's not actually from the movie. This is like a behind the scenes stiller. He's not carrying around a camera or anything, but that was the best scene of the movie, or the best set piece of the entire film. I thought that was excellent. Right up there with the train scene from the previous film. So really, they should have ended it right there, cut the rest of the 40 or 50 minutes of the rest of the film out, and I think they would have been fine. But yeah, they just kept going and going and going, and it's like, oh, let's bring back this character. It's like, no, crying out loud, I don't need another character. Oh yeah. The guy from Parks and Rec, what's his name? Nick Offerman, something like that. He's in the film. Like all of a sudden, his character like becomes big in the last couple minutes of the film. It's like, where the hell did this guy come from? We have a scene in there where the president's son. They have a little scene with the president's son. It's like, I don't care. Who cares? Shut up. Amy says the first, third, and seventh movie. There you go. So Mission Impossible, the 96 movie, the J.J. Abrams movie. You can skip over the second one. It's fine. Tom Cruise gets cucked in that movie for some reason. Rape cucked. That's like the worst kind in that movie. So I wouldn't recommend the second movie at all. And then, yes, the previous... It was supposed to be a two-parter, and it is, but they called it Part 1. I think it was called Dead Reckoning Part 1, and they might have changed the name just to Dead Reckoning or something like that. This is called The Final Reckoning. In fact, I've got... Hold on one second here. I've actually got... If I can show it here. Got a nice little poster there from the show there. So there he is. He's hanging from the plane there. Those stunts were really cool. It was just the kicked and the nads thing at the very end was kind of a little bit odd there. But other than that, it was a good movie. I would recommend going and seeing it just for some of the fun adventure film out there. It's a little long. Make sure you time your bathroom breaks. Fun film. A lot of great set pieces. A good send-off. It was just a little bit long. And like a half a dozen too many characters. One that I liked, Pam, she's over there off to the left there, the blonde. Pam, or Palm, God, what is her name? Khalef? Something like that. I really liked her as an actress. She was great in the previous film and did a really great job in this film. If they ever decide to continue the series, I would put her up there as one of the main leads. I think she was in one of the Avenger films, if I remember correctly. One of the green... I think she was like a green alien, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. It might have been Thanos' daughter. I forget. Something along those lines. But she did a really great job. I really enjoyed that actress, although I think she might only speak Italian, because that's all she spoke in the entire film was Italian. So unless you want to see subtitles, maybe she needs some English lessons. But other than that, I really liked her. Like I said, the submarine scene was excellent. The plane scene was really good. There's a couple of other ones as well. I just thought it went a little long with maybe some of the fight scenes, or, you could have cut some of that stuff out. They didn't need a whole lot of that. The AI didn't seem that menacing. I don't know how an AI in a movie as a menacing part of it really works. But other than that, I would recommend going and see it just because it's the last Tom Cruise Mission Impossible movie. So I would definitely recommend it. Just make sure you're going to be there for what? It's like 8.5 hours long, people. It is long, people. go ahead and just order, go to one of those theaters that has like the dinners that they bring to your seat or whatever, and you'll be fine. You'll be fine. I saw it in IMAX, so the big screen. You see a little bit of the film grain in there. It was a dark movie. I don't mean like theme, just a lot of the scenes and a lot of the shots were kind of dark. IMAX doesn't. The cameras, they're not the best when it's low light, so you're gonna see a little bit of grade. It might be fixed in the regular format or in the streaming version of it, but IMAX, you're gonna see a little bit of grain. But I'd recommend going and seeing IMAX. I would say it's an Oscar-winning film. Nothing else for the sound design. Sound design was excellent in the movie. A lot of stuff going on there, especially that sub scene. You could definitely tell with that. That was just a really fun scene. I really enjoyed that. So, anyways, there you are, people. Bear recommends Mission Impossible 8, The Final Reckoning. Go check it out. Just make sure your bladder will hold up in the meantime, people, because like I said, it is definitely a long film there. So, Amy, I hope I did not spoil that. I try not to give too much away here, but good stuff. Enjoyed it. Really fun stuff out there. So, there we go. Amy says that's cool. That is cool. They could have cut out 30 or 40 MacGuffins by the sound of it. Yeah, there was a lot. There's definitely a lot. But enjoyable. I would definitely say, go check out the entire series. I was trying to watch the entire series. I made it to 1 and 2. I probably should have watched 3 before I saw this one, but I ended up catching the previous one the night before, the part 1. So pretty much as long as you catch part 1, I think you'll be okay with it. But that would be Beer's recommendation. So go check it out, people. Go check it out. I couldn't tell you about Lilo and Stitch, though. I have no idea, none whatsoever about that. So that is not in Beer's wheelhouse for sure, people. All right. Well, there we go. There is Beer's quick and dirty review of Mission Impossible 8, people. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed it. Mucho a lot, people. All right, let me bring you back in here because I've got more movie news, people. That's right, we're taking it back to the past, people, with definitely a better film than The Batman. That'd be Batman Forever, people. From Bounding Into Comics and J.B. Augustine. That'd be the Schumacher cut of Batman Forever is coming back to theaters, baby, in L.A., just in time for the film's 30th. Holy cow, 30th. I'm as shocked as you are, Vilcomer. 30th. He's like, 30th? Holy cow, that's a lot. Yeah. Yes, it is, people. 30th anniversary. Batman Forever, like Bear said, is going to turn 30 this year in a theater in Los Angeles. Has something very special planned. On May 29th, they'll be screening at the vaunted and fabled Schumacher cut of the film. Dun, 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 dun. 1995, people. 1995. So a year before the very first Mission Impossible movie. An exclusive screening with limited seats sponsored by Cinephile Video is happening next Thursday, people. There's going to be 2 showings, one at 8:30 p.m. and another at 11:30 for an audience of 25 each. So you and 24 of your best friends, apparently. An RSVP window opens this Friday. Oh my God! I hope you're able to get it if you want. So if you happen to live in the area, there's time, hopefully, to get your tickets. The inside word is reported by World of Real, is that Cinephile is showing the same version that director Kevin Smith screened privately in 2023 at New Jersey's Smod Castle Cinema. Okay. Smod Castle Cinema. Not familiar with that one. It clocked in at 2 hours and 38 minutes. Holy moly. That's almost as long as Mission Impossible 8. Giving time for more characters to breathe and for deeper psychological exploration. It also got a positive reaction from those who saw it. The biggest difference between the Schumacher cut and the theatrical cut are the extended action scenes, the post-mortem of Two-Face breaking out of Arkham set things up, and the subplot of Bruce suffering amnesia after being grazed by Two-Face's bullet. He's like, who am I? Am I Batman? Am I? This was meant to pay off in Bruce confronting the Man-Bat in his visions, embracing his identity, and choosing to be both Bruce Wayne and Batman at the same time. The Schumacher cut and its supporters have been fighting for a release since 2005, but their push was reinvigorated by the Snyder cut. Ugh! A fever that led to the completion of Zack Snyder's Justice League, which is available on Max. No, it's HBO Max now, in 2 versions. The former is in a similar state to what Snyder's version was around 2020. Needed post-production polish that could cost an extra $5 to $10 million. There's no telling if those cheapskates at Warner Brothers Discovery would be so generous, particularly after the headaches Snyder put them through. Well, Joel Schumacher isn't around anymore, so I don't think him or Val Kilmer is going to have too much to say about it. As Joel Schumacher initially envisioned, Batman Forever is not guaranteed a wide release just because of social media campaign or because a few dozen people enjoy it at one screening after another. The groundswell of support has to get bigger, people. That's unfortunate for every fan, because as we know, it's still better than The Batman, which was a terrible movie. As we can all agree that letting everyone see the late director's vision come to fruition and judge for themselves if it's better would be a fitting tribute to both Schumacher and Val Kilmer, people. There you go, people. So if you ever wanted to see the Schumacher cut, the 2.5-hour-long Schumacher cut of Batman Forever, you got to get your butts over to LA and what was it called? Cinephile Video. Wait, no. Right? Sponsored by. Where was it, though? Gosh, dang it. No, not Smodscat. Where is this? I guess it's Cinephile Cinema. I guess that's where it's at, people. So there you go. And if you want to go check out a classic Batman from the 1990s, there you go. Go check it out, people. Go check it out. Or just rent Batman Forever and kind of imagine a little bit more going on than the cuts that you saw allowed, people. There you go. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, there's not that many shows out here that can switch gears like Bear can, but I am switching gears. Going from movie news to Tay-Tay news, people. It will never end. It can never end, people. Never, ever, people. From Page 6 and Vanessa Surma. Sama. Oh, I mispronounced it, man. Tay-Tay wishes that she never met Blake Lively after being dragged into the Justin Badoli drama. It never ends, people. It will never end, people. But that's why Bear is here. Make sure that you know about it. Taylor Swift has reportedly pulled away from her decades-long friendship with Blake Lively after being dragged into the actress's legal drama with Justin Badoli. Right now, if Taylor had one wish, it would be that she would never met Blake, said a insider to the Daily Mail. Now, if I had one wish, maybe like cure cancer or something like that, but Taylor just doesn't want to ever have met Blake Lively. And I don't blame her. Don't blame her either. Although there have been good times during their relationship, the issue now concerning the Badoli case has outweighed everything, people. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, and Taylor looks back at their friendship. She realizes that it wasn't worth all the stress that Blake Lively put her through, and she can now see all the red flags that should have been a warning to her. So apparently, not only does Taylor Swift have bad taste in men, apparently she also has bad taste in women as well. Taylor's revealed the relationship is over. She put up with Blake's antics for too long, people, because she's loyal, don't you know? And it took It Ends With Us drama to finally get her to pull the proverbial trigger on it. Oh my goodness. The Gossip Girl alum allegedly always wanted to be the leader of the pack. With Swift? Who do you think you are, madam? Who do you think you are? What's Bears X up to? Cutting ties with Blake Lively. That's what's up, Amy. She's had enough. Had enough of this drama that's been going on and has decided to cut ties. That's right, with her bestie. Her bestie out here. Look at them. Happy as could be. But there was trouble beneath the surface, Amy. But what the heck is going on here? Are they about to rob a store? Taylor Swift robbed my convenience store. Oh, yeah, sure, man. Sure. And Blake Lively was there, too. Yeah. We believe... No, they're not friends anymore. They're not going to be together. Get out of here. The singer's boyfriend, Travis Klaus, who recently unfollowed Lively's husband, Ryan Reynolds, on Instagram? Oh, my God, people. Oh, my God. Is said to be following Swift's leads in cutting ties. Taylor and Travis are disgusted, people, with Blake and Ryan and how they tried to use Taylor in their fight against Justin Badoli. It never ends. It literally never ends. Their vowing to break from the acting couple is permanent. There's no take-backsies here. No take-backsies in this friendship. Read for Lively, Swift, and Klaus weren't immediately available to page 6 for comment. Huh. No, wait, what? Oh, come on. That is not a... I mean, green can look good on some ladies out there, but that's not a good-looking dress at all. That does not work. One of the few times Blake Lively looked better than Taylor Swift. Right there. There you go. The Lover songstress, 35, was initially name-dropped in Badoli's bombshell $400 million lawsuit against Lively and Reynolds, which, if you've been following, was filed in January. Bear wasn't here in January, but as soon as he came back, I was on it, baby. I was on it here. I'm leading the charge, man. Nobody in Comicsgate's talking about this, but I will. Gosh dang it. The Jane the Virgin alum accused Lively, who sued him for sexual harassment, of leveraging her friendship with Swift to gain control on the It Ends With Us set. Ay, people. It never ends. It never ends, people. Earlier this month, Badoli's legal team claimed Lively's attorney threatened to release private messages between the Another Simple Favor star and the Swift if the pop icon didn't publicly support her. Lively's lead counsel vehemently denied the accusation. We unequivocally deny all of these so-called allegations, which are cowardly sourced to supposed anonymous sources and completely untethered from reality. Congratulations, sir. You earned your paycheck that week. What a strong comeback, sir. My. Meanwhile, Swift's rep previously shut down claims that the Grammy winner had any involvement with It Ends With Us or Lively and Badoli's on-set drama. Taylor Swift never set foot on this movie. She was not involved in any casting or creative decisions. She did not score the film. She never saw an edit or made any notes on the film. She did not even see It Ends With Us until weeks after its public release, and was traveling around the globe during 23 and 24, headlining the biggest tour in history. Her publicist definitely earned her paycheck that week. Holy moly. There you go. On Thursday, Badoli's legal team dropped Swift's subpoena, with a source telling Page 6 that they voluntarily received the information they wanted all along, people. And so it continues. It continues. It will literally never end, other than the relationship and friendship between Blake Lively and Tay-Tay, people. That's what you come to this show for. You're like, wait a minute, what's going on with Taylor Swift this week? I know Bear's got the answers. I'm going to go check it out. So that's why you're here, people. That is why you're here. So thank you so much for joining old Bear here. Yes, indeed. I forgot. Oh, hold on, people. I completely forgot. Completely forgot. Let me bring it up here. Professional show one of these days, for crying out loud. I need to do a campaign update. Completely forgot about that. Go check out Titan Mouse of Might Volume 3 Miasma. There's also Cyberfrog 3 as well. 821,137. So coming up. Good job, sir. Good job for you. But we have people. That would be from Shane Davis. Not Shaved Anus. Shane Davis, people. Are you ready for Anatomic, people? He says, hey there, Nine Lives comic supporters. As we continue to give our utmost best to Inglorious 3, I want to share with you a preview, an awesome spread from the book. Let's check it out here. Here we go. We will never settle for bringing you anything less than our A-game. And they go on, have you signed up for our upcoming Anatomic comic book yet? They don't want to miss out, people. Go check it out, and you can check that out. I've got a link to the Nine Lives Comics website in the description if you want to go check that out. So there you go. There is your 2-page spread of Rex 3. The color looks really great. I like the coloring. I like the framing of this, where they're kind of looking up. The two kaiju monsters there are kind of looking up at the even bigger monster that they have there. I'm not really sure what's going on with the background there. There's like 3 different colors of a background, so I'm not really sure what's going on there. The thing that Bear would say, again, I keep hating to hit on this point here, but scale. So you can see the buildings in the background, right? And apparently Rex is supposed to be a couple stories tall. I want to say like 6 or 7 stories tall. So I would have loved to have seen like a comparison between like a normal human building and Rex. There gets you that scale. Because like the human, it's supposed to be, I don't know, like the size of maybe one of his fingers, maybe? Maybe as big as a hand. I don't think it's supposed to be that big. But, you know, the human's supposed to be kind of tiny, and then the Rex was supposed to be the huge kaiju monster. Then in the previous book, they came out with another bigger monster. It was like, okay, again, scale. So, you know, you're supposed to have tiny, puny humans inside the giant fighting kaiju monster Rex. And then the even gianter monster comes out, and it's like, okay, we need a little bit of... let's take a pause here. Let's take a break here with some of that. I think some of the scale is off of there. I think maybe he might have fixed it. Maybe with the Anatomic book. It's basically about her fighting. So it's just you know, normal human fighting in this one. Stay tuned for more updates. Yada yada yada. So there, I think it's fine. I don't have a problem with that. Just having 2 humans kind of back and forth. And then maybe bring in the kaiju monsters, and then, you know, the humans look up, and oh my god, that's scale. You know, when you have the human look up to the giant kaiju monster, and then the giant kaiju monster looks up at the bigger giant you're throwing the scale off. So, you know, that was the only way they can go with it. You know, either get bigger or go smaller somehow. So, I guess that's the problem when you're trying to build up the stakes. They really needed more of a sort of grounded grounded in a fighting kaiju monster type of way, but still kind of grounded in that reality, rather than just getting bigger and bigger. And, you know, what happens when you defeat this guy? Is there going to be another... It's a planet-sized monster. Oh my god! I think it just gets out of hand. So that would be my only thoughts and complaints on it. Otherwise, I do like it. I'm confused about the background here. It looks like it's supposed to be outer space, but then also it looks like it's like the atmosphere of this. I suppose it's supposed to be Earth, the planet that they're on. It's supposed to be like a post-apocalyptic world. So I guess like a nuclear war or I don't know, the entity from the Mission Impossible movie. I have no idea, but the world's destroyed, so they only have the one city, and that's where they're fighting at. Just concentrate on the city, and maybe go outside every once in a while, but keep it concentrated on the city itself and the monsters and the fighters, rather than just kind of getting bigger and bigger and bigger. The giant purple robot is impressive, says Amy. Yeah, it's definitely impressive. Yeah, for sure. No, I give him that. It looks good. I'm not sure what's supposed to be going on. Like, is it supposed to be some sort of interdimensional situation going on? Like, why does he have... Why does his body look like outer space? I don't follow along with what was going on there. And then, I don't know, is he like opening up a portal with his head, or is that just something behind? I have no idea. And then like wings, I suppose those are supposed to be wings or something. That's the lighter blue. Again, I like the framing. I like the color in this, and it's well drawn. It's just I just keep going back to the scale of it. Just wish there was bigger or better scaling involved. Better scale. He does put the buildings in there, but it's almost like that's an afterthought. Oh, I need something in the background. Let me throw up some buildings, rather than let me put the buildings as scale and then build the monsters around that. So that's it. But yeah, go check out from Shane Davis and Yanzi Lin. Savor of Bear's Camera, people. Good stuff there. So go check it out if you want. Link down there in the descriptions. There are buildings. Yeah, right there in the background. I don't know if you can tell, but yeah, right over both of their shoulders. There's a building right over his shoulder, and there's a building right behind her kind of head off to the left there. So yeah, again, I would like to see the buildings as part of the whole scene as a scale, because once you see the really, really big guy, you're like comparing that to the buildings in the background, and you're like, oh, okay, that's how it is. Yeah, can you see him, Amy? Let me bring in that picture again. Let me do that. Hold on. Make it a little bit bigger for you. Let's do that. Oops. There we go. So you can kind of see it here. Let me get off of there. You can kind of see it there in the background. Again, it's kind of hard to tell. I bet you the background came after the actual drawing of the monsters here. I bet you that's how it... I bet you he framed it as, okay, let's have the monsters looking up at the giant monster, get those in frame and where they want them and everything, and then they put in the background. I bet you that's how they did it. So, yep, there they are. There are buildings there. You could just, you gotta squint. You gotta squint. There are buildings? Yes. Yep, there are. There's some buildings back there for sure. I guarantee it, man. I guarantee it. So there we go. There is our comic update, campaign update for the day, people. I probably should have done it at the beginning of the show, but I had to get to the hot Taylor Swift news, people. There you go. Oh, right. Kind of crumbly building by a pink monster's shoulder. Yeah, let's just show it again. Yeah, there you go. Very far off to the left there. Off to the left. And you can kind of see it in between the monster on the right there, the sort of purple one. You can barely see it. He's got, like, I don't know, a sword? Spikes? I'm not exactly sure what that is. Oh, you know what? It's actually her tail. It's her tail. It's just coming around. It's coming around his backside. Hey-o. So it's actually her tail. It's just you don't see where it's coming back around. So there you go. Anyways, that's a quick look-see at what's going on. What's going on there, people? Yes, indeed. Well, people, it is Memorial Day weekend. And I couldn't go without giving you a McDonald's story But it's a different kind of McDonald's. That would be CosMc. CosMc. And some of you eagle-eyed viewers out there might remember Bear doing a story when they first opened up. CosMc did. They did I believe it was in Chicago or maybe in that Illinois area out there. Decided to come up with a different concept of a McDonald's. So they called it CosMc. And now it's dead, Jim. Dead. It is dead. McDonald's to shutter CosMc's location after a short-lived test. But it's going to add drinks to the menu, people. There is a silver lining. McDonald's is closing all five people, of its CosMc pilot locations this summer. Just 18 months after launching the beverage-focused concept. I have no idea how that's supposed to work, people. I guess like smoothies or something. They didn't have drinks? No, they're going to have more expensive drinks now. Since they dumped a whole bunch of money into a brick-and-mortar store instead of just saying, hey, maybe we should try some drinks in our McDonald's. Let's try a couple different ones in a couple locations and see how well they do. And if they do great, yeah. If they don't, eh. Instead, they decided to come up with a spin-off of McDonald's called CosMc. They closed it down to much fanfare in long drive-through lines outside of the first store in suburban Chicago. Yeah, there you go. The fast food giant insisted the pilot program paved the way for a major new push into the competitive specialty drinking market. I had no idea there was a competitive specialty drink market. None whatsoever. So get your competitive specialty drink at the local McDonald's. Coming soon to a Mickey D's near you. Not at CosMc. They're shuttered. They are closed down. But Mickey D's at some point in the future. The main goal of CosMc's test was to create a launchpad for learning the McDonald's system. Huh. No way. So you couldn't have done that at McDonald's. You could not have learned the McDonald's system from McDonald's. You had to come up with a completely brand new brick and mortar that sold competitive specialty drinks to people. Okay, what are their specialty drinks? Let's see. The Signature Galaxy Boost, a Sour Cherry Energy Burst, a Berry Hibiscus Sourade, a Beach Protein Frappe, an Island Pick-Me-Up Punch, and a Blueberry Ginger Boost. Okay. Let's see, they also have iced teas and lemonades. Okay. Slushies and frappes. Is this all that the bites are all the way down at the very bottom? Okay. All right. So drinks, brews. You got 2 sandwiches to choose from. Oh, man, I got this hamburger. What do I wash it down with? Okay. Let's see. You get a spicy queso sandwich. Okay. Or a creamy avocado tomatillo sandwich. Can I get a burger? Does it come with fries? What the heck? Okay. Let's see. You get an you get the egg McMuffin. They left that on the menu. You'll be lucky to get a McFlurry. Let's see. And then you get pretzel bites. I'm sorry, it's hard to see. Hash browns. Something called McPops. And a snack bar. And they sold out of their soft serve ice cream. Okay. So literally it was a drive-through specialty drink store that sold queso sandwiches on the side and no fries. No wonder they closed. No wonder they closed. Holy cow. Okay. Launched in late 2023, CosMc was designed to explore the booming drive-through beverage category. Okay, dominated by chains like Dutch Brothers, Scooters, and Swig. Amy, have you ever heard of any of those? Dutch Brothers Scooters or Swig? I've never heard of... Hold on, let me look this up. I've got to... Now I'm intrigued. Dutch Brothers. Is a publicly held drive-through coffee chain in the United States, founded in 1990. So it's like a drive-through Starbucks. Okay. There is one in Davenport, Florida, Amy. If you ever want to go check it out, Davenport, Florida, Dutch Brothers Coffee. Okay. Let's see, scooters. Let's check that out. Look up scooter, not the motor scooters. No. Okay. Anyways, Swig. Let's take a look at Swig and see what that is. Well, no. For crying out loud. Anyways, looks like drinks. Yay. Never heard of those famous restaurants, says Amy. Well, there's a Dutch Brothers near you, possibly. Maybe. I mean, the profit margin on flavored water has to be crazy. Hold on, let me see if I can see it. It's hard to get a price on here. Let me see if I can hold on, let me see if I can break this out. Hold on just 1 second. Let's see if we can do that. Let's see if we can 1 second here, Amy. Hold on. Thing with the thing is we do a professional show here, people. Give me a moment here. Big as we vamp. And Bear talks about Cosmics, but it's closing down. And why? Because they sold weird drinks that nobody wanted to buy, apparently. Okay, here we go. Let's see if we can kind of zoom in on this and see what kind of heck is going on here, man. Okay, hold on. I gotta... This is really tiny. Hold on 1 second. I've gotta... Yeah, I don't know if I could get it much bigger than that. That's about as... maybe a little bit bigger. It's hard to tell. It looks like about $5 a drink. It looks like it's $5.49. Is the one over there on the end? Is it 10? It's hard for me to tell if it's a 10. I think it's actually $15 a drink for the signature Galaxy Boost. Holy crap! I can't tell on the iced teas or lemonades. Let's see. Frappes. God, it's really hard to tell. I want to say I can't tell if it's $5.49 or $8.49. It's hard to tell. I can't. It's just too blurred. I can't make it out. But it's either. It looks like it is $15 for a drink. I could be wrong. It could be the $sign and a 5. It might just be $5.99 a drink. But okay, it's $5.99 a drink for a berry hibiscus sourade. Yum. How much alcohol do they have in those drinks? Not enough. Obviously not enough, Amy. I don't know if you'd want to have a alcoholic drive-through slushy type situation there, but interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay. Oops, wait. There we go. A McDonald's is closing all 5. Oh, wait, I already did that. Launched in 2023, Cosmics was designed to explore the booming drive-thru beverage category dominated by those people. A McDonald's opened additional outposts in Texas and briefly considered expanding with smaller format stores after shuttering 3 larger ones in January. You mean to tell me that people weren't willing to pay between $6 and $16 a drink? No way. CEO Chris Kembensky revealed that the company was planning a change in strategy during an earnings call earlier this month. We've discovered some interesting things through our Cosmics test. It's just a test, people, which has better informed our understanding of consumers' customization preferences and interest in new emerging beverage categories, the CEO said. Rather than build out a second brand, McDonald's will add the Cosmic beverages to its menus at its existing restaurants. New flavors will be part of an in-store test launching later this year. Between $6 and $16 for this drink right here. Oy! Oof! Ooh, I wonder if you can get that part of a meal deal. Maybe the $5 meal deal, maybe. I'm building on the insights gained from the pilot standalone location. CosMc-inspired flavors will be landing at McDonald's, seamlessly blending out of this world taste into the McDonald's experience. Finally, we get taste at McDonald's. A new dedicated beverage category team. Man, how would you like to, got your your MBA from whatever fancy school? You're like, oh boy, I'm gonna be working at McDonald's. Not like at the store. I'm gonna be, at the corporate office. Like, yeah, come on in. You're gonna be part of our new dedicated beverage category team. Oh boy. McDonald's emphasized that CosMc's served as a learning lab to test new technologies, bold flavors, and fast menu integration in real-world customer-facing environments. Wow, that is some mumbo-jumbo right there. Yeah, customer-facing environments. You mean like your store? Wow, I wish we had some real-world experience in our customer-facing environments for our new technologies and bold flavors that we have with our drinks. You know what we should do? Let's open a completely different store that just serves drinks. That ought to be great. The company said it made quick adjustments based on feedback and will apply those insights moving forward. The standalone CosMc's app will also be discontinued. Oh, why? I just downloaded it too. As the 5 remaining stores, 4 in Texas and 1 in Illinois, is phasing out beginning in late June. So get your $16 drink while you can, people. Meanwhile, the beverage race is heating up. It is? Taco Bell is accelerating its old in-restaurant drink initiative. Yeah, they used to call those soda fountains. Live Mass Cafe. Oh, boy. Adding pressure on McDonald's to act quickly in a rapidly evolving category of... What did they call it? What was it called? The booming drive-through beverage category. Okay, sure. Pardon me. The competitive specialty drink market category, people. Don't you know? You are on the cutting edge. If you're watching Bear's show, you're out there telling people about the competitive specialty drink market coming to your local McDonald's very soon, people. Very, very soon, people. Ay, people. A company with so much money, they will start a chain of restaurants to shutter for research. Yeah, I know, Amy. That's the mind boggles. The mind boggles. Sorry, Bear, I've been working this last hour. How dare you, P-Money? You missed Bear's back me up here, Amy. Back Bear up here. Fantastic review of Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, P-Money. That's right. If you don't believe me, sir, if you don't believe me, well, I got this lovely poster right here, sir. Bling! Right there. From IMAX. Saw it in the IMAX, P-Money. Saw it in the IMAX. You're going to have to rewind and watch Bear's great review that he gave on the brand new Mission Impossible movie. That's right. Let me scroll back here. Let's see. Amy says, sure, it's a university for historians to teach the long-fabled McDonald's method. There you go. There's a drive-through bar on 50 in Claremont. Claremont. Okay. Okay. Really? Interesting. McDonald's Learning Lab. Does that mean you get a science degree in McDonald's? It could. You could be P-Money. You could get your PhD in Mickey D's. Did you do spoilers? I didn't spoil any part of the movie, P-Money. Didn't spoil any part of the movie. I just gave my thoughts on what happened, man. I don't know. P-Money might might not even be a fan of Mission Impossible. So if he's just like, I don't care. I'm like, okay, well, whatever. I'm not a Tom Cruise fan. Oh, well, sir. Amy says, I think MacGuffins were involved. Plural, MacGuffins. Not just one. Like 4. There's like 4 MacGuffins involved. Well, I guess 5 if you want to count the AI in there as well. I guess also counts as a MacGuffin, possibly. Yeah, that was Amy's takeaway. There were MacGuffins involved. Not the kind that you get at McDonald's either. Those are completely different. Completely different. Well, Amy, while I've got you here, gosh dang it, I had to. I had to bring in the cat memes before we go, because it wouldn't be a great bear show without the cat memes. The McMuffins multiplied by the 8th film, says people. Yeah, if you recall, the previous movie, they were chasing around a MacGuffin. They finally got it. It's like, all right, I got the key. Yay. You're like, okay, now we've got past the MacGuffin parts, and we're going to go straight to the actual movie part, right? Nope. You go to another MacGuffin. The original MacGuffin opens another MacGuffin that you had to go get, and you had to pair that MacGuffin with another MacGuffin that Ving Rhames, I guess, invented. I don't know. He was about to die, and so he invented this other MacGuffin, and then they had to take the whole thing to another MacGuffin to get everything to work. Otherwise, the world was going to blow up, and that's kind of bad. So there you go. Schrodinger's cat. There you go, Amy. I thought you would enjoy that one. Thought you would enjoy that one. And all the other cat memes out here. If Bear knows his audience, he knows they're always thirsty for more cat. Much like a cosmic drink that costs $16. You're always thirsty for some more cat memes out here. Oh no, I overslept. Oh, I forgot. I'm a cat, people. Not Bear. Bear is a bear, not a cat. But you get the idea. You definitely get the idea, people. Yes, indeed. So, anyways, it was a good movie, Peabody. I would definitely recommend go and see it. If you want, for sure, go see part 1 before you go see part 2 here, because you might be a little confused. They do a pretty good job of recapping, but it makes the movie really long. I would suggest go see the very first Mission Impossible from the 90s. Skip over the second one. There was a whole lot of... Tom Cruise became a cuck in that movie. A rape cuck as well. That was terrible. So skip the second one. You don't need to see that one. The first one, the third one, go see the J.J. Abrams movie. You'll understand what's going on in this movie if you see the third one. And then, of course, the part 1 to this. A Dead Reckoning, I think is the name of it. It might either be Dead Reckoning or Dead Reckoning Part 1. I can't remember if they changed it or not. So, there you go. I come on and Bear chooses that moment to talk about cats. Why can't I come on and Bear chooses that moment to talk hockey? Well, listen, my favorite team is out of it. Our rivals, our evil rivals from across the state are in it. And then, of course, they're playing a bunch of jerks. So, I don't know. I don't really want to cheer for Carolina either. And then I got Dallas and Edmonton. Like, we beat Dallas for the Stanley Cup years ago, so I don't care about Dallas. And I don't know. Do we cheer for? I guess Peabody. God dang it, man! Oh man. All right. Go Edmonton. Oilers. Go Oilers. I don't know what their chant is. Slip. Oh my God! There's Oilers. Or something. So there you go, P-Money. There is your hockey talk for the day, people. Hockey talk for the day. Same Final Four as last year. Was it? I guess so. No. Carolina was in there last year? Okay. I'm sorry. I blanked out after losing the last time to the Florida frickin' Panthers. And they're cheating ways, P-Money. They're cheating ways. Just go ask the Leafs when they knocked out their goalie. Like, hey, man, that ain't cool. That ain't cool at all, man. Anyways, maybe the Cats play hockey on their downtime. It's possible. It's definitely possible to see a cat playing hockey. That'd be an interesting one, Amy. Definitely be an interesting one. Well, anyways, people, that's all that I got. That is literally all that I have. It was a whole lot, people. I mean, I didn't put a whole lot of exposition in here and make it like a 2.5 hour long movie where you're like tapping the chair like, oh God, I gotta go now. And it's like, oh, here's another action sequence. But anyways, there you go. Hockey cat. There you go. Get some cat hockey memes. Listen, I come up with the dankest memes here, P-Money. The dankest of memes. I'll need nobody telling me what to do with my own cat memes here. But yeah, we'll look out for some. We'll definitely look out for some cat hockey memes and bring our audience together. You know, the one side with the cat memes, the other side with the hockey talk, and we'll just smush them together like peanut butter and jelly and see how it works, people. See how the heck it works. I hate it when people dress up cats. It's clear the cats don't like it. You think? You think the cats don't like being dressed up in cute little clothing that they are then taking pictures of and, you know, sent all around the world with the internet? Maybe that singularity in the last Mission Impossible movie wouldn't have been a bad thing after all. Might not have been a bad thing. There you go, Amy. There's your Schrodinger's cat. And he says, no, I'm alive. I'm not a dead cat in a box. I'm alive, man. I am alive. Well, once again, people, Bear wants to thank you. It's a Memorial Day weekend, P-Money, and you could be out there doing just about anything, including watching a Mission Impossible movie. That's what you got Bear here for, to tell you if it's good or not. And it's good. It's good. It's good enough. Go check it out, people. But I appreciate everyone stopping by, keeping Bear company, and having a little bit of fun along the way. But I want to thank P-Money and Mrs. P-Money and all the little P-Moneys, Amy and Melissa, all of our Russian bots and lurkers. But you know what, people? All this talk about cosmic drinks costing $16 has made Bear thirsty, so he's going to head back into the woods. So until next time, grrr, night, everyone.